What is poppin', people? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. We got more fish. I mean, that is not a fish, but like it's TS fish time stranger intended game plan. And we've got Mill. Creepymon is in a weird place right now. Purple is struggling. But yeah, we're going to be seeing a best of 3 at the Jester Locals. And we're going to see when moving, play out a tamer, which means now we go into the start of main to immediately get the memory, because it doesn't miss the timing. That said, we got Veemon going to load up the Digimon is going to stun nothing. Actually going to stun the player. He's just going to run over the player. Luckily, we have Barrier, so we do survive, which means we do get to play out the Goma, which is going to double hit into Goma. Goma, no follow-up, as we are just going to end on a training pick up Lanamon. And no 1-cost time stranger options to cast off of Danan Kananan. And we're not going to spend the 1 to unsuspend, because unsuspending would leave it liable to things like Pandemonium and other things like that. Purple does have some very, very cheap kill and unsuspend. So I quite like this. Keep number small. We're gonna stay in the back. We're gonna training for training. No Creepy-X picked up of it, which is interesting. We're gonna start main. We're gonna put, of course, the start of main Goma, and then training for Mr. Marukimon. Man in the chair. It's like a blue. It's blue TS, but there's an Abyss focus. Obviously, you can see it in the trash, currently covering Lopmon's eyes, in the same way that terriermon is. So it's still fish. That said, though, oh, we're gonna swing in the Veemon. Interesting. Does live this time. Now I have to check, because it can play TS guys, but I don't know if it can only play the blue guys, because I remember someone mentioning in a comment somewhere. We're gonna make Maruki anyway. Yeah, what does Veemon play? Yeah, it's just 5 costs. Yeah, because obviously it can play the tamers and stuff, so those would not be limited to me. Yo, my goat Veemon is kind of clean. That said, this is looking like lethal on board. Alright, gonna trash the training in order to prevent the mill. Understandable. We do get Creepy-X and trash off the trash though. So now this is training into the Satamon, which is a mill 3 on both. One good thing to note as well is Maruki's not providing any form of protection here. He is an aggro card. And we're just resolving something mine and Jamie's game about on deletion timings. Hadesmon is really annoying into purple. We got a Neptune in trash, which is where we love to see it. And yep, Creepy-X is going to delete the rookie. And then this is going to end of turn attack, swing at security, and then we're gonna mill 1 each, mill another. So we gonna mill 2, and then we have 10, so we do get to load up in the back, and then because we're attacking, we have to go to Creepymon X antibodies. 12. We can play 8 play cost. So we'll get Scott Safer down, and then this is gonna be just that singular check. Let's pass 2 with that. Start of main, gonna game 1. Start of main, we're gonna evolve. Then we're gonna Calamara for 0. Gross. And then slide Evo back to Lana. Load up the Goma, which does give us battle protection to man in chair. And then training. Gonna go into Diver. And the diver is gonna load a diver. I'm going to training up into Venus, source strip everything, and then stun the board. So this means that we can't try and chump block with something that would float. Very nice. And then we get the Goma out as well off of the diver. And then we actually have a second diver proc that we can choose to take here. Yeah, just get the Goma out. Nice wide swarm. Everything has Russian piercing as a reminder from the Maruki, swing and suspend with Alliance, and then swing the Maruki to shore up game 1.
Matrix Digivolution.
What's poppin', Tamers? We're back with Player Armour once again. A bunch of people ask me why I drink Player Armour, and it's because they sponsor me. Duh. Jokes aside, I actually was drinking Player Armour before all of that, because I actually don't have much of a sweet tooth, and I find a lot of energy drinks to be too sweet, especially a lot of the powder brands. But the no sugar approach for Player Armour and their focus on more tart, like sour flavors, really suits my palate. The fruit punch is really just fruity and packs a nice kick. The blue raspberry is really, really nice as well, nice and sour, kind of like when you get those slushies. If you want something a little bit on the sweeter side, there's the strawberry lemonade, which is more strawberry than it is lemonade. And they do have the lemon flavors as well. And I can tell you for a fact that the new black cherry flavor goes foolish. Yeah, the way I mix mine is by getting the dry powder in and then getting a little bit of water in and just mixing it around to try and make a slurry. Then I add up to half the bottle and shake it a baby. Whilst we do get shuffled up for game number 2, I do want to say a thank you to everyone that has been supporting the channel, people that have been interested in fish. Y'all turned up for that last video, and quality of gameplay much higher in this one, so apologies. People that make us able to do daily Digimon content is all of you that hit the subscribe button, but especially those that hit the join button once you are subscribed. You can be like the Tommy NT, Tommy Tricks on the sticks on the right side of your screen, Brad, King of Knights, Dire Albert, Rich Life, Matthew Bowen, or Sacred Armor. At the ultimate tier, they're at the tippy top, but if you feel like supporting the channel for just as much as £1 a month, it goes a very, very long way. Get access to all that ad-free content and all of that. It can be like the names on the screen. And we're trying to figure out what we're going to go for the mulligans. What we're going to do is we're going to say a thank you to our rookies. Greatness Beam, Total Sovereign, Battlefield Marcio, Gretzi, Brando, Kessa, Z/Slash Soul and the Same, Sanjit PS, Metallica, Lot, Ulcrest, and Random Factor. And let's hope we got to see the boost, which does show that we are on a couple of the Impmon pieces, which is interesting. Not as much of like the Wizardmon and Beelzemon good stuff bottom end, as we do see government mandated Lanamon off the reveal, and a third one showing up off of the Hiroko. But we're gonna take the we're gonna get the AGO and just demonstrating what Hiroko would do if we do pass 4 or less. Alright, we're going to go Val for 2. So player's going to trash 1. Gets the AGO in trash, which probably implies we have a second one on us. Crack the boost. Keep turn off the Skull Satyr. This is going to be a mill 3. We're going to see the Creepy come down. Does get the pop, and then we're going to win attacking, which means we are now going to see that full... I think it's the full mill. Or is it? When did you win second? Might be 1%. I don't know. I know this guy's going to blow himself up, but first, Creepy X. Which means we get Skull Safe down. And this is going to be double check. And it's into boost training. In between theater, mental training. Things you hate to see off of a reveal. Well, the free training into Lana for 0. Load up Kalmara. Gives us battle protection, and now we can battle protection again with Diver, give it blocker. And then crack the boost, go to 4. Well, we are immune to battles, so I'm going to swing, get the draw off the Goma, and this is 6k 1 check. I feel like you take the block here every time as Skull Satamon. Because it's only protected from battle, so if you have a way to pop, then you're kind of chill. But it looks like we're going to go Homerus for 5, spend 1 to go into Neptune, attempt to bot deck, and then Homerus is going to bot deck the second. So yeah, trying to get this would have made it so the Neptune couldn't double remove. It would have kept the creepy... Actually, no, I guess it wouldn't. Unless you had a way to kill the Diver. Like, that's the thing. If you had a way to kill the Diver, then we would have been able to send it. Start of main phase, as we push out the Devimon. We... Well, first we just want to see what's actually in our trash for us to add back. And it looks like we're going to take the creepy. That said, though, I don't think we can make it from this position. 11 in trash. Oh, Flame Inferno. Yeah, we get to pop our body. So we're going to attempt to pop this. Alright, and we get to delete the body, which means we get the Creepymon, and then it has Rush, and then it gets to swing, load a Veemon, and go into the Creepy X, which is going to burn one. And then, do we have a Gravitar? I don't know if we have a Graviton. Tragically, so we cannot protect this Neptune. Alright, so we are going to get the check-in. I'm going to find a Venus off of that. And we do get double body played, but unfortunately, because we passed 4, not 5, does mean the Hiroko does get to fire, does give us an extra body. On suspend phase is going to give us a draw, and then we're going to send Homurus to sleep. So at the very least, she's turned off, but would have liked to get rid of that Hiroko ideally. There's going to be a 3+1 as well off of Abyss area. Holy Weave used to cost your turn. Now it's just setup for your combo. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could maybe develop a 4 here first, because it's not like there's anything out of security that you're expecting to pick up. And it will let you play a body to board. So obviously with Homurus sideways, you can't clear anything. You're facing down any of these 4 bodies clearing your security unless you can end on a blocker. But obviously, you know, Abyss Sanctuary does give you blocker on all of your bodies, so you can choose to play for a defensive turn. Okay, just double checking what the start of main. So this will be gaining a memory because we have obviously milled down well past 10 cards in trash. So we're going to swing that thing. Oh, okay, yeah, we're reading the on deletion first as well. Delete at level 5 is something that it can do. We're going to play out the Goma. Or are we going to choose Lana? No, okay, we're going to go for Goma, just search more pieces. You get the double hit here. I'm choosing to pick Goma plus Abyss Sanctuary, which is another free heal 1. Right now, mill is obviously something to consider, but, you know, your empty security is much more of a consideration, so I think picking up another free heal 1 is pretty important. This time we're going to see the block, which is going to try and pop the Goma, which is going to get that suspension straight back down. And then we're going to spend 3 to heal 1, and then only gets to play the Venus for 4 because of the reduction of the Abyss, and then because we have 3 of your security, the Venus comes down. So we get to get a very cheap pass here. And as a reminder, she can tuck anything with no sources into security should we see any form of removal. So we've established the Great Wall of Valentine's Day, which is going to be kind of annoying to deal with. Obviously, Skull Slater is an Evo that we can use. She's going to just play another sourceless body out. And then we're going to have the Creepy go straight down, and we're just going to tuck him into security with the Venus. Didn't delete, so we mill 5. 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's go trash 1 down to 4 cards. Okay, so no, we are on some of the Beelzemon stuff with the wizard in the back. We get to go into Creepy X from trash. Burn that top card as security. So the fact that we managed to tuck 1 is pretty important. This time we're going to use the creepy... We're going to use the Neptune to protect. 27 cards. So that means we get Skull Sadamon. Double Skull Sadamon. Hello. Check 1. This does pass turn at 3. Not enough to turn off Homurus, which unfortunately means that this Neptunemon is about to rip away this board. Genuinely, I don't even know if you swing here. I think you Abyss Sanctuary, and then you just go Humoros bot deck 5. Like, you try and swing into the Creepymon, and then you just bot deck 5. Swing on Suspend, play out Kamara. Bot deck the Rookie. Okay. And prevent the Creepy X from suspending. I would have probably tried to stun the bigger one, personally, just because presumably Homerus is about to send Creepymon X to God. Well, I guess you kind of want it stuck on board. So maybe we're planning on using Venus here to just like stun the rest of the bodies. We are going to swing. Again, this feels like a free block to me. Like, I don't know why we don't try and chump him down. Because you're at least trying to force out the protections. And whilst you're never quite swinging for lethal with combo every time you do it, you are still threatening. Like, if you don't clear, you will mill out. Presumably. Presumably. Because, like, you're past the point of trying to play for security now, right? Like, you've cleared security a bunch of times, but, like, mill is where you're going. And if you clear security in the process, sick. We've seen 2 Flame Infernos gone. No Gravitons, which is high-key kind of cringe. I'm going to take the block on the Skull Satyr here and attempt to pop the Gomamon with the egg. Ooh, we're going to turn it into... I'm going to turn it into an Agio, which does give us the Dan-Kanan. And then this is presumably Abyss. Yeah, this has to be Abyss in order to give the free recovery. For 3, choke to 1, cost -3, play. Oh my gosh, what? Oh yeah, because we have 3 or more Digimon, we're going to get the suspension, plus 5k, and then we get to swing into the Devi. We've taken the blocker, and then we're going to punch through massively large 2 checks, hit a training on the second, and then Homeros, Source Strip, and then we're going to turn off when Digivolving effects, so we don't get to go into Creepy here, which is pretty important. And then we're going to swing the Maruki at comically large 2 checks, and then just going to pass us 5. So, yeah. This is annoying. No scramble, though. So if you can just find a way to mill him, too. I genuinely... Like, the wizard is something. Because the wizard is something, but... If we'd had something that was the pitch to mill, we might have been golden here. Because I don't think Vilemon will do it, annoyingly, and because it's a 4, like, it's a little bit harder to climb up here. At least we have a training, so, like, with the 5 memory we have, we don't have to pass turn. We get no when Digivolvings, but, like, if you can keep turn with a Creepy and swing it with the when attacking, you get some value. And it's just... Again, I don't think you can clear security in a way that matters. Looks like we are going to commit the training, 1 cost Evo. HO doesn't do anything here. We're presumably going to try and clear... Oh, interesting. Well, I mean, I guess everything has blocker, so it's not like you could try and punch over the Kamara after. So we are just going to let the AGO go. And then, yeah. Annoyingly, because we can't swing, we don't have a way of preventing this. So we are going to get the deletion rather than playing for the mill. And both Creepy X's are stuck on board. Oh, we do have a 7th Graviton. That's so annoying. That is so annoying. Oh, okay, we do have a Creepy X. Oh, but we couldn't get it out of hand. Yeah, not being able to get the pop is obviously what mattered a lot. Yeah, now we're just confirming protections because obviously it's really annoying double protection to try and deal with. At the very least, the Creepymon going into security is there. We're going to spend 7 for 7th Graviton. If you save it, you mill 3. And if not, we're just going to take the deletion. And then end of turn, we swing at the Maruki. Does it have to evolve from trash? Oh, okay, we're crashing on purpose. Interesting. Crashing on purpose, get the Veemon in the back. And then put the Vial to the top. And then on deletion, clears both level 6s. Oh, that's sick. What a line. What a line. Couldn't find lethal from that position. So just chooses to send it. But we can go Venus for stupid. Oh, which stuns a blocker, which means if we have... Oh, I was going to say, if we have Maruki, we have it. But, oh, start of turn, she can bot deck herself. So by doing this, we effectively still have a scramble. Wait, surely you just slam for... Wait, you just pass him more than 4, right? You slam Graviton and you win the game. JJ, please. JJ, please. Spend 7 to win the game. Please. Spend 7 to win the game. Don't overcook this. Don't over... Oh, he's going to overcook this. No. Oh. I'm not crazy, right? Hiroko is if you have 4 or more memory. Like, I'm not crashing out for nothing. Hiroko BT24. If you have 4 or less memory, but yep. We just need to pass 5 memory. It would just 5 memory and you win the game. Yep. This is... We are asking questions and not perceiving the information required. This, unfortunately, I think we have failed the capture. Well, this is what VOD review is for. This is what VOD review is for at locals. Sometimes Jedi mind tricks are enough. Because we got no cards in deck. And... No, it's not that. Is it this? No, it's not. You have to pass 5. Ah. Yep. That was deeply avoidable. Unfortunate. Tricks, kill this man. Spend 3. Well, we're going to Hiroko first. And then pass, Source Strip. They can't suspend. And yeah, that's going to be GG's. That one is very unfortunate. Yeah. Sometimes you do have to just pass them 5. It is what it is. If you did like what you saw though, and do want to see more, we've got Mill coming up for the pair down in round 3. And then we also have a round 4 coming up. So we'll see you in the next one. If today's your birthday, then happy birthday. And as always, have yourselves a damn good one.
There's no turning back.